Hi, welcome to this quick tutorial on SmartHR. This tutorial will cover the basics of the staff, the home page and the settings. So here we are, we've already logged into Smart Payroll, we've come through to SmartHR and you can see a list of the staff in this account. There's 5, this screen can hold 7. After that you'll get navigation buttons appear here and you can page through your staff. So along the top you've got your navigation buttons for the app. We'll go over each of those in turn. On the right hand end you've got your Smart Payroll button which takes the user back to their Smart Payroll account. We'll demonstrate that in a second. You've also got your brief company information and facility to log out should they wish. It is a session-based product, exactly the same as Smart Payroll. If the user does nothing, it'll eventually time out and effectively logged out anyway, but it's good practice to get used to using that. Up here on the top right we've got your measure of documentation completeness, and this is a very important feature for SmartHR. It's a measure for the user to see how complete their documents are for each user based on these columns here. If a staff member has a job description, an employment agreement and all the admin checks complete, we've got a green face, and if we all have green faces we're at 100% and everyone's happy. The red face is indicating that something's missing. In Carl's record here you can see he's missing all 3 items. Below that we've got the 4 buttons for our modules in SmartHR. We've got an agreement builder, employment agreements, we've got a job description library, we have a performance review app and the disciplinary process and documents. We'll go over those later. The list below that is the alerts from the system. They come from various places, we'll go over those. And these are emailed to the user's nominated email addresses in the settings. We'll go through that as well. So we'll just start by demonstrating the synchronization between SmartHR and Smart Payroll. If we pick on Dan Danson, just because I can see his record needs a bit of attention. So if we just click on him to open, here we've got the staff member record. Now, most of these details, which you can see, are pushed through from Smart Payroll. They cannot be edited here, only displayed. His record's fairly thin. We can, however, add certain elements like a picture, emergency contact details, and obviously then all the documentation. So if we just, for the sake of this example, flick back to Smart Payroll, there we are, Dan Danson. Let's open his record and let's change his name, save that, come back to SmartHR. At this point a sync takes place, a data synchronization, and there you can see his details have changed accordingly. This happens every time the user switches to and from Smart Payroll and SmartHR. The data gets checked for synchronization and updated accordingly. If we add details in here for what we can, we have to save it, and that stays here in SmartHR. It doesn't go backwards to Smart Payroll. If we give him just give him a profile picture. There we are. Remembering to hit save every time. There he is. Now when people first start using SmartHR, on the member screen they'll have an alert there in red, no alert email configured. That's asking them for an email address for the admin person to send those alerts to on a weekly or daily basis as required. In SmartHR, when you see icons with a little question mark on them, they're help. You can click on them, and there it's telling you can have as many email addresses as you like, separating them with a comma. So if there we go, that's already done, save that. Once I do that, that alert will go away off the member screen and everything will work. So in this instance, we'll get one email to each address separately when appropriate. So while we're here in the settings screen, we also have these admin checks. Now by default there's 3 of them: health and safety, drug and alcohol policies, and staff handbook checks. What these are management checks for every staff member, and together they make up this admin tick. Now you can have as many or as few as you like. You can delete these, you can add more. Let's just add something in there. So there we've got a 4th one in now. So that means, once again, every staff member will have these now 4 checks in, and they've all got to be complete to get the admin tick completed. You'll notice these green faces have now gone red because we added in that extra check. So there, as you complete those, you should see your documentation completeness going up accordingly. Okay, so if we now look at the other 2 documents which need completing to get your smiley face, it's the job description and employment agreement. So if we open Dan again, to fulfill these 2 items, it's at the top here. So let's open the job description. There's 2 ways of completing this step. Either you can create a job description from the library in the apps, we'll come to that, or you can upload your own. Let's, for the sake of this, upload our own. I'll go there, upload that one. There it is, document uploaded successfully, and there it is there, and you'll see accordingly the complete scale has increased. If we just do the employment agreement as well, we'll just pick the same one just to get it done. There he is there. Dan is now a happy man, and we're up to nearly 60%. So the document I just used, uploaded for these 2 items, actually gets stored in other documents on the staff member record. There it is there. You can re-download it, delete it, and you can upload as many as you like. They'll just create a list down here. We recommend keeping file sizes less than 20 meg for the sake of timeouts and connectivity issues, but you can have as many as you like. Moving down the screen here, you'll see the next section is eligibility to work details and a help button. If you click on that, a little explanation there for the user, and the facility to upload a file to use as proof of visa or whatever. I'll just upload that PDF, and that will then get saved against a staff member. You can click on the copy of evidence to re-download it, delete it, or upload a different one. In this drop-down list, there's the various status you can select: residency, citizens, and visas. You can also add in visa expiry date. If you do that, you get offered to automatically add an alert. There it appears there, and that will come in your emails and on the home screen on that date. Since we've changed the status here and added a date, remember we also need to save it. Now the alerts appear in a list here. They'll start to scroll. If they get too long, you can have as many alerts as you like. You can add alerts here or delete alerts here. You can't edit an alert, you can only remove it and do it again. Now this one here, Dan's work anniversary, that little symbol means recurring. That's come automatically from Smart Payroll. We know when Dan started. Upon synchronization to SmartHR, this automatically gets created, and that will occur every year on that date. If we had his date of birth, that too would get automatically added as a recurring alert. You can add your own alerts here. We can manually put in a birthday. Let's pick a date. Tomorrow. It's annually recurring. We can save that. There it is there. So finally, for the staff member screen, we've got this panel on the right hand side here, linked documents. This is a list of all the documents created with the online apps within SmartHR, these 4 here. You can see Dan has one here. It's a performance review, it's blue. So you can click on it to reopen it and edit it as required. Or you can download it, the output from that document, which is a Word file performance review like that. You can have as many documents per staff member as you like, so you can have multiple agreements on his account. The important bit, of course, is which one gets linked up here. The documents will just appear down in a list. Now that covers this part of the tutorial. There'll be more tutorials for the various apps and how to use them. Thank you.